What's up and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. This is episode number 40, Underdog Picks for Friday, July 26th, 2024. I can't believe I'm at 40 episodes already of this show, but I appreciate everyone for supporting. Like I said, we get, hundreds of downloads every single day of this podcast, and if you would have told me I was going to do that in the first 40 episodes of this show, I would have told you were crazy. So thank you for the support, and shout out to SGPN for supporting this project. If you're new to Underdog, I should say, if you're just clicking this for the first time, you've never used Underdog, or if you're trying to get into some best ball leagues, or you want to do something outside of Pick'em, they do have fantasy, and fantasy is obviously awesome and super fun. So sign up with promo code DailyDog, DAILYDOG at UnderdogFantasy.com or on the Underdog app. But let's get to the picks. We're going to try to go streaking again with a two-leg show slip. Yesterday, we were so close. Oh my gosh. I handicapped the heck out of the Nationals versus Padres first inning, and it was quite an unfortunate event. We had some bad umping. Dylan Cease obviously was amazing the whole game. He had a no-hitter. But Patrick Corbin only allowed 3 runs, and they all came in the first inning, and they came after an hour and a 15-minute rain delay that happened with 2 outs on the board. So that stinks, and there also shouldn't have been the bases shouldn't have been loaded. There was some really bad umping as far as strikes and balls go, but that is baseball. But okay, who cares about yesterday? We're going on to our new two-leg slip. We're going to try to start that streak. If we get these two right, plus 9 more added one at a time, we get up to 1,000%, or 1,000x, I should say, way more than 1,000%, 1,000x our investment in this two-leg slip. So let's get the streak started right here. I'm going to be starting out with a night baseball game. Actually, both of these are going to be night baseball games. West Coast bias is going to be coming through. And also note, sorry about the little bit of glare on my glasses if you are someone who is watching this on YouTube. Also, I don't know why they're looking really crooked right now. But I'm having a little bit of an eye issue. You might be able to see it through the glasses. So I am not wearing contacts for the foreseeable future. So we're going to go to our first pick. I'm sorry, I can't believe it's been 2.5 minutes and I haven't given a pick yet. We're going to Mike Yastrzemski, left-handed batter, back of the order for the Giants, higher than half a total base against Kyle Freeland and the Rockies. And Freeland's a lefty, so it's like we're getting a great value on this. It's a flat multiplier at just a half of a total base. Mike Yastrzemski's batting .326 in July. Mike Yastrzemski in his career is 8 of 17 against Kyle Freeland, which is a .471 average. He's got 8 career games versus Freeland, and he has a hit in 6 of those. So I like our odds here for him to get on the board. And, he just faced Clayton Kershaw earlier this week, and he got a hit against him as well. And Kershaw's a lefty, so, sometimes the righty-lefty splits don't tell the full story, especially when there's a history in the division like Kyle Freeland versus Yastrzemski. So Mike Yastrzemski, higher than half of a total base, is a flat multiplier. I guarantee you by the time that this first pitch is thrown, he's not going to be a flat multiplier at half of a total base. It's going to be 0.9. It's going to be 0.85x. So if you agree with my logic here that this is just too good of a price on a guy who's batting .326 in the month of July, then get him on your slip early. The next one is another guy who is, if Yastrzemski's hot, then what Lawrence Butler is right now is, it's supernova heat. He is so insane right now. This whole month of July has been awesome. His slugging in July, you might have to look this up. You might not believe me. His slugging percentage in July is .956. He's got 9 homers, 6 doubles, 2 triples, and his batting average is .412 this month. This young stud from the Athletics is a future star in this league. If he doesn't have to keep these numbers up. These numbers are impossible to keep up. But I'm taking him to get higher than 1.5 total bases at a 1.1x multiplier. Again, this is not going to be a flat 1.1x multiplier by the time this game goes off. He plays for the Athletics. No one watches. Yesterday's game, again, he had a home run and a double against the Angels. Nobody was watching that game, but on Twitter, on Sports Talk, on podcasts, they're going to talk about Lawrence Butler. So he's not going to be a scorcher by the time this game goes off. He's facing against Carson Fulmer, the pitcher for the Angels, who has not gone longer than 4.2 innings in a single game this year. This is basically going to be a de facto bullpen game. Fulmer will probably go 3 to 4 innings, and then they're going to start rotating guys through. Fulmer and this Angels pitching staff is just not that good. Actually, the back of their bullpen, Carlos Estevez, their closer, he's pretty good, but the guys in the middle can get beat, and they can get beat bad, and I am going to be expecting that to happen. I talked about how hot right now Lawrence Butler is. He's literally the best hitter in Major League Baseball right now by slugging and average. He's just behind Bobby Witt for the month of July. So, yeah, he's doing some pretty ridiculous stuff right now. The only reservation I have is that I feel like I jinxed him. On July 11th, I had him on a slip against the Red Sox. It was at the Red Sox, higher than 1.5 total bases, and he killed the slip because he had 0 hits in that game. In the 10 games since then, he's had higher than 1.5 total bases in 9 out of 10 games. And just in total, even including the game where he didn't have a hit, in 10 games since I had him on my slip where he went hitless, he's averaging 4.6 total bases per game. It's it. He's got a 3 home run game. He's got a triple game. He has a cycle game. He's awesome. So these 2 picks that are going to start off our streak are Mike Yastrzemski, higher than half total base, and Lawrence Butler, higher than 1.5 total bases. This is a 3.3x multiplier because somehow, some way, we have a scorcher on Lawrence Butler who doesn't need to be a scorcher. He's a scorcher in real life. He doesn't need to be a scorcher on Underdog. But whatever. I'll take the value when they're giving it to me. Next, we're going to go to the Dong Squad, and this is a special Dong Squad. We're going double Dong Squad for the Friday. There was too many guys I liked. I didn't want to leave guys off the slip. I know that if I left any of these guys off the slip, they would go yard. That's how it always happens. If I leave them off, they go yard, and the guys that I put on the slip get to the warning track 6 times in a game. So I'm repeating with Brent Rooker. Brent Rooker was on the slip yesterday. He hit a home run yesterday. Too bad his Dong Squad comrades did not get the ball over the wall. But Rooker is, I was talking about how awesome in slugging and everything else that Lawrence Butler is. Brent Rooker is right there. Brent Rooker is also like top 5 in baseball in slugging and homers and all that good stuff in the month of July. So yeah, he is trying out for a new team potentially. So Rooker is on it again. He's on the Dong squad. And then his 2 members or his 2 other teammates on the Dong squad are Adolis Garcia and Marcus Semien, both of the Rangers. They're facing Yusei Kikuchi of the Blue Jays. Basically, I want one of them to go yard. If I go 2 of them go yard, even better. But Kikuchi is obviously an awesome pitcher. He's got some sick stuff, but when he gets hit hard. Both of these guys have home runs off of Kikuchi in the past, and I think Garcia swings so hard, and Semien is deceptively power hitter at leadoff. He had a home run yesterday against the White Sox. He can get the ball over the left field wall. He can get over the right field wall. Semien, usually it'll be to left field because he's a righty. And then Garcia can go raw power. He swings so hard and get it over any wall. Then on Dong Squad number 2, we're going with Bobby Witt, the other hottest hitter in July outside of Lawrence Butler and Brent Rooker. Also, George Springer, back from yesterday's slip. Yeah, I can't take him off the slip. He had 3 at-bats yesterday against the Rays, 2 pop-outs, and then a fly out to deep right field. He's making contact. He's swinging for the fences. He's getting under the ball. I mean, just because he didn't get a home run yesterday doesn't mean I'm going to forget about him. Springer is also like a 3.25x multiplier as a home run hitter. Like the way that he's seeing the ball, the power that he has, the hard hit rate that he has, and the way that he's getting under the ball right now, at least, hopefully he gets under a little less so it doesn't pop out. But you know what I mean here. I think that there's just too good a value on George Springer right now to leave him off the Dong Squad just because he didn't get it done yesterday. Last one, Kyle Schwarber against the Guardians. Lively gives up a lot of home runs. We got some wind out to right field. Schwarber is the dude. He hasn't had a home run in a couple games. He's due. Put him on the slip. So I'll give you the odds on these Dong Squads. The Rooker, Adolis Garcia, Marcus Semien flex play is 57.75x if it goes 3 for 3, 9.62x if it goes 2 for 3. The Bobby Witt, George Springer, Kyle Schwarber Dong Squad is 53.62x and 8.93x if it goes 2 for 3. And I'll rehash the show slip. The bigger bet is Lawrence Butler higher than 1.5 total bases and Mike Yastrzemski higher than half of a total base. And then I wanted to do some quick betting stuff just because I've given this information out on different platforms, on VSiN and other places throughout the week, and I want to make sure that it's also centralized here on the show because you're not all reading my every tweet and watching everything I do on VSiN. So Olympic tennis futures. I gave out earlier this week, Arthur Fees 121 to win the men's singles tournament at the Olympics. He's a Frenchman. He's 20. He just beat Alexander Zverev on his home turf in Hamburg, Germany. So 120 to 1 is too good a price for me to pass up. That was at FanDuel. Basically, that number is gone, but you can still get 110 to 1 at FanDuel, which is still amazing considering other places are trading about 50 to 1. Literally offshore, DraftKings, all those places are trading 50 to 1. You can get 110 to 1 on Fees still right now. He is young. Obviously, the Olympics are a different venue. They're playing at Roland Garros in Paris, and Fees is going to have the home field behind him. And he's such a young player; he's still just reaching the pinnacle of his ability. There might be a day down the line in 10 years where we talk about how many great tournament finals we saw between Arthur Fees and Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. This could be the new big three, honestly. So I like Fees, and then also Alexander Zverev at around plus 750. If you basically anything 7 to 1 or better is good. He won the Tokyo Olympics. He's been in this format before, and he's having a really good year. He hasn't got over the line in a slam, but this is actually one match less than a slam. This is basically like a super Masters level, ATP 1000 level tournament at the Olympics for the men. So those are my two bets that I have in pocket, which are Arthur Fees, 120 to 1. And honestly, my cutoff would be about 80 to 1, 75 to 1. If you can find 75 to 1 or 80 to 1 on him, you should take it. Like I said, 110 to 1 is still available at FanDuel. Other places, you're not even close to those numbers. And then Zverev, some places have him down to 6 to 1, which is a little bit crazy. I would definitely look for 7 to 1 as the floor for Zverev to win this tournament. On the women's side, I gave out Jasmine Paolini at 30 to 1 earlier in the week. Then Elena Rybakina dropped out, so her odds shortened up a little bit. She's now about 20 to 1. I would say my floor is 25 to 1. If you can get 25 to 1 on Paolini to win it all, you should do that. She's been so deep in so many big tournaments this year. You just want to have that opportunity to monetize. If she's in the semifinals versus Iga, Iga is not going to be minus 25 to 1 or minus 250,000 or whatever it is. So you will have a chance to make some money there. And then also, if you can go to DraftKings and get Iga minus $2, minus 200 to win this tournament, that is obviously an awesome bet. Other places, minus 250, minus 300, all that stuff. At those rates, you might as well just try to roll over Iga, aka take the money line on her. You're going to make a couple cents, a couple bucks every match. But at the end, you should be doing better than you would at minus 300 for her. But at minus 200, it's worth taking because she might not be less than minus 1,000 favorite till the semifinals in this tournament, depending on how the draw breaks. So those are the tennis plays I wanted to get out before Olympic tennis gets underway. And then UFC picks I gave out on VSiN tonight earlier on Thursday night. 2 plays. There'll be a bunch more. If you're following me on Twitter, you know that I put out an article every week on VSiN. I've got a long track record of thousands of UFC bets where I've got about a 15% ROI over the course of my entire career handicapping UFC. So I'm about as good as it gets in that department. The 2 plays I gave out are Mick Parkin to win via decision plus 110 against Lucas Bresky. Parkin is not much of a finisher at the UFC level. He just wants to stack wins. He's 9-0. He doesn't want to put himself at risk, and Bresky's a pretty tough guy to get out of there. So I feel like this is going to be a slogging heavyweight match. Parkin to win via decision plus 110 is a good spot. And then a parlay, Molly McCann and Cowlin Loughran both to win minus 114. Molly McCann is getting a sweetheart deal in front of the Manchester crowd. Cowlin Loughran is fighting a late replacement opponent who's coming up a weight class, and he is a big, strong guy and a highly thought of prospect in the UFC. So those two together, minus 114. Molly McCann and Cowlin Loughran. That is it for today. I'll give you the show picks one more time for Underdog. Oh, and I didn't even tell you, Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with Underdog promo code DailyDog. Get a $250 deposit match bonus and use that bonus money on picks. All right, show slip. Lawrence Butler, higher than 1.5 total bases. Mike Yastrzemski, higher than half a base. 3.3x multiplier. Huge value. This is my biggest play of the day, obviously. And then the fun little dong slips. Brent Rooker with Adolis Garcia and Marcus Semien, and then Bobby Witt Jr. with George Springer and Kyle Schwarber. That's it. Have a great weekend. Let's make some money.